Alright, what's going on, guys? Got a quick trade recap for the day. We took this on my 50K combine account. This is my first trade on it, and unfortunately, it was a loss. I'm not too bothered. I don't think it was a bad trade by any means. We're kind of still watching it live. I was just tapped on this candle. So going into the day, I wasn't really looking at the charts too much. Especially with the drop yesterday, I really didn't know what I would see. Um, but I just hopped on the charts like 30 minutes ago and took this trade. So, go over some of my confluences and what I was thinking. We're currently in an hour bearish PD array, as you can see on the left. So, I was thinking shorts. We come over here in the 5 minute. I was kind of just waiting for some structure to build because most of the morning we were looking pretty choppy. But I mean, it's really not that bad. Like 9:30 open, obvious manipulation to the downside, taking liquidity. So you definitely could have found a trade there. I just wasn't at my computer at that time, so I didn't really get in anything there. But going back to the 5 minute, that's what I took my trade on. As you can see, we have some SMT at these highs. So we had came up, took in a bunch of these relative equal highs over here, and we were in that PD array that I was talking about earlier. And we also have SMT over here. It's on the 3 minute. I don't really think you can see it on the 5, but as you can see, the 11:39 candle is higher than the 11:48 on MNQ, and on ES, it's the opposite. You get the 48 candle higher than the 39. So, I mean, obviously, it is kind of lunchtime, so it's not the best time to trade. Technically, I believe we were still in the macro when I took this trade. But I mean, it is 12, so it's not going to be like great price action, not a lot of volume, but nonetheless. So SMT, we have this 5 minute fair value gap over here that we're delivering from. It was a nice reaction. Yes, it did get filled or inversed, but as you can see, like we got some nice top wicks, and right after we immediately bounced down and we inversed this 5 minute. And so that's where I got in. We got the SMT, we got delivery from 5 minute. We have relative equal lows down here, which were my target. That was just going to be my one target for the day. I went in with 2 micro contracts on NQ, and my break even was this 1 minute low over here. I didn't really look at the 1 minute. I was more just focused on the 5, which I'm okay with because I'm like tired time frame or whatever. Obviously, I probably could have gone break even earlier, but it would have been so tight, so like I didn't really feel like it. But obviously this 1 minute held, it probably, yeah, like, so it wasn't the greatest trade. Okay, like looking at it on the 2 minute, 3 minute got inverse. So I mean, the 2 minute and the 1 minute didn't get inverse, but that was just because there's so many of them. But like 5 minute looked very clean. We're delivering from fair value gap, SMT, inverse fair value gap. I can't ask for much more. We have a nice draw on liquidity down here that I thought would hit. Granted, today obviously looks pretty bullish. When you get a candle like we did in the morning, like this hourly candle, like that's very bullish. So I'm kind of going against the trend, but I was just looking for a quick play, and it fit my model. I wasn't risking much. Obviously, only lost 130 on the day. I don't really mind that at all. I wasn't really even watching the trade after I took it. Just trying to like handle my emotions and whatnot. But we got in right after the inverse. And honestly, this first candle was looking nice. This 1205 candle, it did go up, and I was like, oh, we're probably gonna get stopped out. And then I looked away for a minute. I was watching some Netflix. Rebel Ridge, actually pretty good movie. I recommend it. But anyway, and it came right back down, right? And so we had a huge top wick and a body that was pretty nice. And if it would have closed like that, I do believe we would have at least been able to go break even, because it was a very bearish reaction. Unfortunately, it ended up going right back up and not giving us the greatest close. And then obviously in the next candle we got taken out. But like I said, I'm not mad at that trade. Obviously looking at the 2 minute and the 1 minute, like it might not seem the best, right? But I'm not going to get in down here and target these lows. Could have potentially saved me for sure, but I mean, 5 minute looks super clean and it fits my model, so I'm not mad at myself. 130 is nothing in the scheme of things. Like I know I can make that back. I already locked out my account, I have work in like 30 minutes, so I just did an hour because I'm not gonna get home from work till like 8 o'clock. So I'm obviously not trading at 8 o'clock, but that used to be a huge problem of mine, was over trading and like revenge trading. And if I can get over that, I just know that like I'm bound to win. Um, but we'll see. Like right now, let's see. We're not gonna take this. Obviously, we're locked out, so we'll go on my practice. I want to see if we have SMT right here. So 1220 is the high. Because screen time doesn't hurt. Yeah, see, this could potentially be an even better setup. We have LR. We have SMT right here. Just get rid of this stuff. We have a better break-even point. Or like a clearer one, obviously. We could get a clear change in state delivery if it comes down and closes over here. I mean, we have 3 minutes till close. 2 minute doesn't look bad at all. If we inverse this, break even here, go to this. The only thing is we're still respecting bullish PD arrays over here, so that's not the greatest look. But I mean, we did. That's just like the 2 minute stuff. 5 minute, obviously, we inversed that, but then we didn't even have any. It was super choppy all the way down, which isn't great. It doesn't give us great momentum, but I kind of knew that going into it. It's lunchtime, like I said, so I wasn't expecting great volume. Just want to see. I want to make sure that we maintain that SMT. And yeah, so this account really is just to track my journey. I've never actually passed a funded account before. But we're going to see. I think this time, I believe that this time will be different. Definitely mentally, I'm much better when it comes to trading. I started with the whole Forex thing, and it was terrible. I blew account after account. Lost a lot of money doing that. But we'll watch this play out. We'll see. I'll take this on my practice, obviously, if it does go through. I'm not going to have you guys sit here and sit through the whole thing, so I might pause the video and like come back when things actually get interesting. If we take this, though, I'm definitely changing my break-even point to here. Jesus, that death candle is crazy. So oh gosh, let's see. How much time we got? We got 1 minute. I mean, this 5 minutes not bad. Like if we get a death candle, at least we know that we have some volume coming in. I don't want to see a crazy bottom wick. That's obviously not going to be a clear sign. But wow, it's just absolutely ripping down now. Like I don't even know if I get in on something like this. Like, what is it doing? Absolutely just destroyed my entry. I guess we'll see. I mean, we'll see if the 5 minute pulls back at all. But, like, that would be it creating that huge bottom wick, which I would not be a huge fan of. And there's not even a fair value gap anymore in the 5 minute. 3 minute, obviously already inversed. What we could technically do, that's why we'll be taking on our practice account. Like, that bottom wick does not look nice to me by any means. If we get a change in the state of delivery, which has not happened yet, I believe it's right there. This would be the change in state of delivery. So we would have gotten, obviously, inverse fair value gap, disrespecting the PD array. We have SMT. And if we get it closed below the body, we get the change in state of delivery. And then we could target the relative equal lows down here and have a semi-decent stop loss. Obviously, over a 1-to-1. See this. So right now, I don't know. We're trading back into the 1 minute. I wish there was a change in state delivery farther up here. We could enter off like a tap into that, but obviously there's not. Oh, technically there is, and we just hit that. Alright, let's see. We'll take this on the practice count. Inverse for value gap in the 3 minute. Tap back into change in state of delivery right here. Relative equal lows. We'll get in on that. Let's see. That made me nervous for a second. It's when I'm on the practice account, I get nervous that like I mess it up and potentially take it on my actual live account, but it's lockdown stuff. Just gotta remember that. Okay, let's see. So this doesn't seem like a bad trade. Technically, it's not like my exact model. Oh gosh. Because usually I enter right on the inverse. Obviously, we couldn't do that with a death candle like that. But at the same time, Justin, the guy who trades on YouTube and stuff, his forever model is kind of like change in state delivery inverse for value gap SMT. So it's kind of like this. And he said sometimes like you could potentially wait for a pullback to the change in state delivery, right? And so on the 1 minute, that's precisely what we did. We have a change in state delivery right here. We just want to see a good reaction off it. And I mean, this doesn't look too bad right now. Break even point, let's see. Could be this, yeah. We'll do this low right here as our break even. It's much more clear break even point than on my trade that I took on my live account. And honestly, like I like this trade more. You know what I mean? Like we started to create some type of bearish structure. And I mean this momentum, this candle is pretty nice. And we got some nice top wicks right now. And like I don't mind losing the trade on my real account and potentially, I'm not going to say I have already won, but potentially winning this trade on my practice account. Because there's always a chance that we don't, but we'll see. This isn't a bad trade. Clear SMT, momentum, inverse fair value gap in the 3 minute, change of state delivery, and we're going right back up. Like this might not be the best price action. We're just kind of ranging. But I mean screen time. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, I'm not losing any money doing this. But as you guys can see, like all morning prior to open, ranging in between 50 candles, and even like this doesn't look nice. You know what I mean? That's barcoding. Again, in between 80 candles, and like it was making me nervous. When I was at the gym this morning, I didn't plan on trading just because of this huge imbalance over here. I mean, like, how am I supposed to find a trade in that? Like, we're in a daily fair value gap, right? Daily fair value gap, which leads me to believe that we're somewhat bullish because, I mean, we stopped right at it. I'll show you guys real quick. Like, we tapped into this, and look at this wick. Like, that's bullish. But how are you going to find a trade while also in, like, a 4-hour imbalance? Like, it's tough. It's for sure tough. That's why I was planning on waiting for structure to build, but as you can see, that structure was just straight chop. So it's not a great day to trade by any means. You 100% could have made money, especially early in the morning with that manipulation at 9:30. I mean, that's a beautiful manipulation candle, right? There's probably a trade down there. I mean, you obviously got a 3 minute inverse fair value gap. Could you have potentially went break even? I believe so, because I probably would have taken break even at this point, right? And obviously we come up, wick above that, and come straight back down to the entry point. So it might have been a break even trade. But you 100% could have made money today. We'll see right now. I mean, that wick's pretty nice. We just got to see a nice close below, possibly on this candle. But that is a nice top wick. Great reaction for sure. I don't know what I'm doing wrong with this. I don't want it in the middle. Inside. Oh, right. Okay. Yeah. There we go. 3 minute inverse. There we go. So as long as we get like a nice and even look, we got a 1 minute imbalance here. Close below that would be nice. But we just want to see a nice reaction. We got nice top wicks, so it's looking like a pretty bearish play. Definitely a better setup potentially than the one I took, but my break even point might be a TP. You know what I mean? because look at, like, we have a bunch of relative equal lows here. So what I could potentially do, which this is literally my first day using this platform, so we would do what, a limit buy, I think. So maybe we'll close 50%. I'm actually gonna move this over so we can actually still see it. Put this right there. A limit buy there, close 50% of position, move to break even, just because that is a potential reversal point if it comes, sweeps all this liquidity, and we're still in that imbalance to the left, which held before. So it might just sweep this, boom, tap into that, and we move higher. We'll see how ES is moving right now. And again, guys, by no means am I a professional. Am I like nothing like that. I haven't made any money doing this. ES just swept these lows, so we are creating SMT. But not going to change anything up yet. This could have potentially been break-even point. I feel as though it's kind of close, but with ES already sweeping those lows and creating SMT, could potentially be a break-even spot. We'll see. I don't like that there's SMT here, especially with this first internal low. We could have went break-even there. Some people might have, but at the same time, like, I don't know, because like I said, this could have been a TP spot, and that could have been break-even. We'll bring it down because there's no reason for it to have to come all the way back up here. Let's see if there's like a reasonable spot to put it. Yeah, that probably should have been break even, I'm gonna be honest. I don't want you guys sitting here all day just to see a paper trade. So we'll see. We'll see how it reacts to this 1 minute. If it, potentially that should hold if it were to continue being bearish, right? So we'll see. See how it reacts. I'm not great with like the tiny time frames, you know what I mean? Like 30 second, 15 second. Even 1 minute, like I'm not great with that. So technically inverse that, but let's see. 30 second did not inverse. See how it reacts. I still believe, like, I don't know. There's just so many relative equal lows, but like this could just be ranging and just absolutely chop work for the rest of the day until at least late in the day. I kind of want to at least go break even, like during the video. I don't want you guys just sitting here for nothing, but I do like that you guys are getting an idea of like what's going through my mind while I'm watching. And of course, like, leave comments and stuff. Let me know if you're seeing something I'm not, because like I said, I'm not a profitable trader, so take everything I say with a grain of salt. 2 minute wick is absolutely beautiful. 5 minute, Jesus. 5 minute wick, yeah, that's nice. It's top wick, but like we just gotta get a nice push down. And I don't mind taking partials here. Like, I do like these relative equal lows, but like I said, these first lows up here are also a great draw on liquidity just to go higher. You know what I mean? If it grabs this liquidity, taps into a PDRA, that could be a perfect move to go higher. And obviously with the wicks from this morning and stuff, it screams bullish. So could you find a trade off that? Yeah, but I'm not going to sit here much longer. I got to go to work and stuff. Especially with it creating SMT, like, we'll see though. I don't want it to come back up here and seek any of these highs. That would not be too nice. And like, look at these wicks. Like, yeah, like, definitely could potentially be a stressful trade if I was in on a real account. Obviously, I don't really care right now because it's paper. It's just practice. Any screen time is helpful because if I see this in the future, I will know how to react to it. But yeah, I mean, I might just pause the recording for a minute just till we see something, because I mean, right now we're literally just bouncing back and forth between like 20 points. So I know this isn't interesting to you guys. But we'll see. I don't mind taking a practice trade during the video. I think it might make it a little bit more interesting rather than just a quick recap of my 5-minute loss. Not even, that trade was literally like 3 minutes. But it did look really good to begin with. I'm not going to lie. When I saw the first candle, when I saw this candle, the 1205 candle, if it would have closed, I'm telling you guys, it looked so bearish. 1205. Let's see if on the 1 minute we see anything. Yeah, this. So like, yeah. Because next one would be 1210. Like, it went all the way up and just straight tanked back down, and I was like, yo, we're golden. It was a beautiful close if it went down, and then crazy bottom wicking right back up. You know what I mean? I mean, it happens. Like, didn't really bother me too much. Getting a nice push down here. Almost break even. At least let me just get break even, man. So we can close this video up a little bit quicker. And the other thing is, with it coming down here, obviously I'm going to go break even, but like this is nice for a bullish run. If it comes down, sweeps, delivering from a PD array, if we get an inverse, like I don't really think you could get an inverse off this just because of how choppy it is. But there's LR that you could, like, it's just nice. It's a nice setup potentially if you were to go long, which I don't have time for that. And I'm not going to drag this video on any longer than I need to because I don't want you guys getting bored. I don't want to break my rules and like move this early or whatever. Just need to see another little push down. We're almost there. And again, like, comment if you guys took this trade and stuff. Like, there's potential to it. Look at this, bro. Going break even. There's no reason not to. This is just chopping me around. Already formed SMT. Like, look at this. Took all the lows. We took all these lows, and we're now, look at this. This is a great reaction to go long on. So we're definitely getting stopped out. I'm not going to close early for like profit or whatever. That'd just be bad for my mental. I mean, and it's just screen time. You know what I mean? I'll record for like 2 more minutes. If nothing happens, I'm not wasting your guys' time. But again, drop a comment. Let me know what you guys think. Subscribe to follow the journey. This is literally just going to be daily recaps of any trades that I took throughout the day. And you guys will just be able to follow my 50K Combine account. Once again, I've never passed one. So, like, if you guys watch me in real time, that'd be pretty cool, I think. And it's just for me to look back on. You know what I mean? Like, who doesn't want to, like, look back on their journey once they're successful? Personally, like, I think about it like it's inevitable. If you go as hard as you can every single day, you're bound to be successful. And I am pretty, like, passionate about this. Like, this is what I want to do. Like, I know for a fact. So, yeah, I'm just going to go at it. Once I do pass this account, I got to speak positively. That's why I say once I do pass this account. Like, I'm not going to take payouts quick. I kind of want to stack it. You know what I mean? I don't want to rush anything because I know this isn't a get-rich-quick scheme. And then when it comes to copy trading, I do think once I pass this account, instead of even trading on this account, I may or may not just work on another combine. And then once I get that one passed, I can just copy trade. That just seems smartest to me in a sense, I think. Rather than up my risk on one 50K account, I could just keep my risk the exact same and then copy trade there, and then I'm just upping my risk in a way, you know what I mean? In a sense, like I'm making double the money, but for the same risk. So I think that's the smartest move, especially for my mental and stuff. I don't think it'd be best to try to just up my size, but I can just scale by passing more accounts. And yeah, I might like start up a Twitter or something, just to post like a picture recap with like my confluence and stuff. If you guys don't have time to watch videos, you can just go there and like quick take a peek at that and be like, oh, this is why he took that trade. Oh, this is why he didn't take this trade. And I'll just give you updates and stuff like that. But this is definitely the best place to come learn if you are to follow my journey, because I can just like give you all my thoughts. It's much easier to talk than to just type something out. But yeah, we're just getting straight chopped up right now. So this is probably where I'll call the video. This is pretty pointless. And watch, I'm gonna end this video, and it's gonna be this candle that just straight down, just like this one. Um, but yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed. Oh my gosh. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I hope you guys tag along for the journey. Let me know like how your guys' journey is going, because I know not everyone's profitable. I know a lot of people are trying to get there. Trading has like boomed over the past year, and everyone's getting into it. But yeah, for sure, I'd appreciate if you guys just tag along, leave comments, help me. You know what I mean? Like, teach me if you can. If I'm missing something, let me know. But yeah, guys, I'm just gonna close this. I'm done. We'll see how that plays out. But yeah, guys, I will catch you tomorrow with a new recap. And yeah, have a good one. Peace.